What's up everyone, John from ARTV. It's time for a review of the 6th studio album by Alice in Chains, a hard rock, metal, and also grunge band from Seattle. The new record is titled Rainier Fog. Rainier Fog in and of itself is kind of a tribute to their hometown of Seattle. This is also the first full album that was recorded there in quite a while, dating all the way back to 1995's Self-Titled, the last time that they did that. And if you're wondering how Alice in Chains got to this point in their career, where they're at now, it's honestly thanks to not only the continued pursuit of the original band members, but also the addition of William DuVall, the vocalist and an additional guitarist for the band. Now, in 2002, their original vocalist, one of the most iconic of the grunge era, Layne Staley, passed away. And many people didn't feel like the band should or would continue on. But also, many of those people have been proved completely wrong, as William has fit completely into this band. Their last album came out in 2013 and was titled The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here, and honestly, it was a bit bloated. There were too many songs on there that really just stretched out their length. It feels like if somebody just stretches out a video to 10 minutes and they have no real reason to do so, that felt like what they were doing with cycling some of the riffs. But I'm happy to say that on this new record, Rainier Fog, it feels like things have been condensed down a bit, and I'm more than okay with that. The first two albums to feature William DuVall on vocals and guitars, Black Gives Way to Blue and The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here, definitely had more of a metal-tinged approach, I would say, especially the last album. But this time around, I would say that there are the hard rock elements intact. There's definitely some metallic riffs and ones that definitely lean towards metal, but it feels once again grungy. And I know that Jerry Cantrell has kind of been outspoken about them not necessarily being a grunge band, but I've always felt like it was in their DNA. Rainier Fog definitely has some big, sludgy riffs that come through and stand out in great ways. Ones that feel kind of captivating and like they've captured the heart of what their original essence was in the first place. Even though a lot of fans probably wouldn't admit it, I do feel like some people are going to grow bored of the Alice in Chains sound, especially if you go back to the early stuff. Love that. I personally love albums like Dirt, the Jar of Flies EP, the Self-Titled record. There are so many good things in their discography. And with their past two records that featured William DuVall, their comeback albums I suppose, there were songs that I cherry-picked off, but didn't really find myself coming back to the full albums. And I don't feel like this album has as much of that. In fact, it really flows quite well from start to finish. I just do feel like maybe some people are going to start growing a little bit bored of the sound and could use something new. Now, something that I did notice on this record is the fact that DuVall doesn't really have that many leads in terms of vocals. It seems like Jerry Cantrell has kind of taken over, and he's always been the backbone of the band, being the primary lyricist, writing stories, and this album is much more introspective and personal for him, I would say, so perhaps that's why he took over. They've slimmed down the song lengths. It seems like they're cutting the fat and getting to the point of what people like and know them for. There's some great soloing that happens on this record. The drum playing is definitely something that I feel has elevated in quality, and I can actually get a little bit more of that tangible bass this time around on Rainier Fog. The lyrics are quite good. I touched on introspection, and I like the fact that Rainier Fog is a tribute to their hometown of Seattle. They recorded this album there, and it's the first time they've done that since the Self-Titled, and you can see even from this awesome artwork that I really do dig that they're kind of alluding to Mount Rainier and just the Seattle area in general. The One You Know was not only released as the lead single from this album, but it's also the opening track. It has a very heavy, metal-tinged, and just abrasive tone to it. And I like the fact that it's so dark and ominous. And then Cantrell's voice comes through. Not only does he not sound like he's aged a day at all, but the quality is just there. He knocks it out of the park and honestly owns this tune from start to finish. Red Giant features some truly gargantuous riffs that I can really get into. I like the vibe that protrudes from this song because it does have that kind of heavy, ominous, over-brooding sensation to it, but it also lets you dig in a little bit and explore several different styles within the song. While I do appreciate the song Fly, and it reminds me a lot of their early days as a band, I do feel like maybe the album starts to go on a slight decline around that track. Right after that, immediately following, we get a song called Drone that I'm just not crazy about. The lyrics feel a bit dime a dozen there, and so does the instrumental. And then right after that, we get a song called Deaf Ears, Blind Eyes that is once again probably a little bit better than Drone, but still kind of average. Despite a few of those weaker efforts, I really do like the majority of the songs here. The title song, Rainier Fog, is a great, more upbeat, energized song and component to this album that truly works. I think the chorus really slams there, and once the guitars and the drums and everything just starts working together, it seems like there's no stopping a track like this. We also have the great closing moment that does get a little bit dark and personal. It seems like it is very introspective for Cantrell as he explores isolation and loneliness, and these are themes that really do protrude throughout the album, but this is the biggest ray of light where you're just like, okay, I see exactly what he's talking about there, and you maybe even relate to it. All I Am has a great riff that cycles throughout too, and it gets lodged inside your head. It's something that you're okay with because it feels like a longer song that truly uses every second to its advantage. I cannot fail to mention So Far Under just because it possesses such an immense power to it. This is a song that really packs a punch and just beats you down with those sludgy guitars that are just oozing with character, oozing with the Alice in Chains spirit. This is easily one of the best tracks that they've done in a while, and it deserves a lot of praise. That and The One You Know are the two songs that truly got me excited for this album. Alice in Chains have presented us with a step up in my opinion. With the albums that they've released since Layne Staley passed, I do feel like they've kind of been creeping up in quality, although the past two, they're kind of close, but this one eclipsed both of those for me personally. I do feel like this album has a lot of strong songs, ones that I'll definitely be coming back to, that I'd be curious to know what you guys think. Don't forget to leave a comment letting me know your opinion. Me personally, I'm going to go with a strong 3.5 out of 5. Don't forget to drop a like on this video, and of course subscribe if you want to see more music related content. Thanks for watching to the end of this Alice in Chains review. If you would like to support my channel on Patreon, then please tap this annotation in the corner of the screen or else the top link down below. You can see another hard rock review right over here, or another recent video right over here. All of my social media accounts can be found linked in the description down below, and other than that, I'll see you soon for more right here on ARTV.